Hey, this is Keith, and I wanted to talk about side jobs. Um, for a lot of y'all know me and my boys, we cut grass on the side. Well, recently, a buddy of ours that we sometimes collaborate with and work with had come across a job, and we went and looked at it, and we were originally told it was a shed that needed to be tore down. And when we get there, it's 10 foot in the air clubhouse that they had built for their son. And I guess the recent tax property tax thing came through, and since it was considered a livable space, they raised her taxes. It did have power and it did have water, and there's going to be some pictures and a little bit of video of some things. I wish I would have shot more of this, of us doing this demo. Um, but unfortunately, I wasn't thinking about doing that. I was just thinking about doing the job. But like what I wanted to talk about is like properly bidding on jobs. Um, I hate bidding on jobs, especially not being licensed, or bonded. Um, because I and plus you know the person that you're doing it for, or somewhat know the person you're doing it for, and you really don't want to rip them off or you know pretty much take their money. Um, but a lot of times people would be like, how much it cost, charge me to mow my grass, and I look at the yard and from the first glance or whatever, I'm just like, oh yeah, 50 or $60, and they're like, nah, that's too high. Well, what do you want to pay? Well, I was thinking more like along the line of like $30. And you look again, and you're like, okay, you know what? I'll do it for $30. But then, like, you really didn't look at the job. You didn't really look at the details of that job. Like the fact that they never have ever edged their sidewalks or their driveway. So it takes you like 45 minutes to do that, plus two spools of weed eater string. And then you get to the backyard, and yeah, you kind of looked at it the first time, but you didn't realize that they have flower beds like all over the place, but you can't even get your push mower in between the flower beds. So now you're weed eating a lot more than you normally would. Um, so after you get done with the job, you've done spent 2.5 hours on this job, and you've only made $30. Yeah, they don't sound bad, but when you take into consideration of fuel, string, uh, equipment, and labor, and a lot of times I have somebody with me. Sometimes I do things on my own, but I got to pay them. They're not doing it for free. But that was the case with this shed. We knew we would have to like take things to the dump. We saw a lot of metal, so we knew we could scrap that. Um, if it wasn't for a friend of mine named Devin allowing us to throw some wood on his burn pile, um, it would have probably cost us a lot more money. But taking that debris to the dump, we were sticker shocked. Um, the city of Copper Cove charges about $75 a ton. For 2,000 pounds, it's $75. I don't know what the first load that we took weighed about, but I imagine it was about almost a ton, because it was about the same size as that very first load we took. That first load we took was like $74. It was just shy of a ton. Um, okay, so we were like, oh wow, that's a lot of money, knowing that we still had like half of the shed still to go, or more than half, and actually the heaviest half, because we had the deck, the platform, which in one of the videos you'll see Aaron tear it down. Um, but we truly underbidded this job, and part of me thinks that she already had other bids, and maybe bids from people that actually do that kind of work. Um, But after we took that first load, we had asked her, you know, hey, we're gonna need a little bit of extra money because it's costed us more at the dump than we expected, and we thought we could find a place where we can dump it all without being charged. But and this thing was an adventure. The first load to the dump, my buddy's old truck literally ran out of gas on the scales. We were pulling up on the scales at the dump, and you know, being in the holidays when we did this, the dump was just overly crowded. Now, you know, not only with the extra dump trucks bringing in the extra loads of, you know, trash, but all the people bringing in their trash. But yeah, it was an adventure. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Check it out. All right.
I almost made it. Wish me happy
New Year.
New Year.